Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I am doing a story time slash real talk. I'm not really sure what to call it, but I'm going to be talking about something that is more serious. I used to be really insecure about it. I'm going to be talking about my skin and my story and my struggle with acne. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if YouTube isn't really your thing, come say hi to me on social media. I'll link everything for you guys down below. I would love to hear from you guys. But I'm going to get right into it today. I'm going to talk about my struggle with acne. So right now, I'm 27 years old, and maybe, I don't know if you can see, it's pretty natural lighting in my condo right now, but I'm actually very sunburned right now because I spent like the whole day in the pool yesterday. But when it comes to acne, my skin is very clear currently. However, this was not the case. So growing up, I actually had really nice skin. Acne didn't hit me until later in life, and I feel like, I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, but all through elementary school and the beginning of high school, my skin was like good to go. I actually had really good skin. I thought I was gonna get away with it for a second. Like I was like, wow, maybe I won't be someone who struggles with acne. But then it wasn't until like grade 12, my final year, when things got bad. I started to get really bad acne, and I tried everything. I remember I spent money on Proactive, which made it hella worse. I just Googled everything. I tried like skin pills, like, vitamin type things. I tried every face wash you could think of. I tried every trick in the book. It just wasn't helping. It was acne, it wasn't breakouts. I needed something that would actually target like my acne. It wasn't until I went to the doctors and I tried Accutane. Now, I know that there's a lot of controversy behind it because the side effects can be very serious and is a very intense medication. A lot of people get depression from it. A lot of people get really dry skin to a point where like you're basically like scratching your entire face off. The process of Accutane is very serious. I had to do blood work before I started to make sure all my levels were okay. And then for like the next few weeks, I had to go back and get blood work done to make sure that when I was on the medication, it wasn't doing anything harmful to my body. So it was a lot. I was on a pretty strong dose, but I wasn't even on the strongest one. Like I know people who took it and who were on a very higher dose than I was. But the side effects were pretty intense. Like your skin is so dry, like so itchy and dry that you can't, like there's nothing that helps. You get moisturizers, Vaseline, everything. You honestly just have to let it be dry. And it's pretty gross because it gets flaky and it's awful. And you can't cover it up with makeup, ladies. Like there just was no way. And like many skincare routines, you had to just let it get worse before it gets better. And the thing about Accutane, basically, it pushes everything out, flakes off, and then you're left with like brand new skin. Like that's the best way that I can describe Accutane, for me anyways. So I had to push everything out, and that's when I was getting way more insecure. And I was like, oh my God, this isn't working. It's making it worse. And like my insecurities were at like a high because you couldn't even like use makeup to cover it up. So I just remember thinking like any conversation I had with someone, I'm like, they're staring at my skin right now and like they're judging me and they're calling me gross, and in their head they're like, ew, oh my God, her acne's disgusting. Like I know when I see someone with acne, those thoughts don't go through my head, but when you're the one with the acne, it literally feels that way. Like I don't know if everyone felt that way, but for me it was just like they're just staring at me. Like they're staring at my skin. They're not even talking to me. So luckily it did work. I think I was on it. I honestly don't know because I was like 21, but I think I was on it for like 2 months before, like from start to finish. And then they kind of lower your dose to let you like wean off of it. And then my skin was like brand new. My skin was good to go. Like I would get some breakouts around, my time of the month, but that was it. Like I had really clear skin and I was thrilled. But then, acne is a very hormonal thing. So it came back 5 years later. I was 26. Didn't expect that I would ever have to deal with acne again as like an adult, but I did. It came back. It was pretty much the same as it was before, my breakouts turned into like a full face of acne. Any kind of moisturizer and cleanser that I was using just wasn't working, and I'm like, I need to tackle this with Accutane again. Now, Now, a lot of doctors will only let you go on Accutane twice in your entire life, they say, because it's very hard on the body. So I had to do the process all over again. I had to do the blood work, everything that went along with it, except this time, the second time, it did clear up a lot faster, which I was thrilled about. And that was 2 years ago. Ever since then, luckily, I am good to go for the most part, though. Around my period, I'm not gonna lie, I get breakouts because I have acne prone skin, and unfortunately that's just something that I'm always gonna have to deal with. I do get breakouts, and I have to kind of work on my insecurities because anytime I get a breakout, now I panic and I'm like, oh my god, it's back. You know, like it's hard to know the difference between, like, you know, just a breakout versus your acne's coming back. And it can be so damaging, honestly, on your confidence and everything. So definitely been a struggle for me. And if you can imagine, I'm in film. I moved up to Toronto to pursue arts, to pursue acting, and I'm on camera every single day now, full time. So when I have a breakout or when I had acne 2 years ago, I was in film, it was mortifying because yes, good lighting and stuff like that can, you know, help with it, but you can't hide acne. And showing up to auditions, I couldn't hide acne. My agent literally said to me, you need to go see a dermatologist because your skin is out of control and we can't send you to auditions like that. Cure. I was like, I can't, they're right. I can't show up to auditions with acne, even though I'm human and I get acne. It was awful. It was honestly an awful feeling. Now, this wasn't my agent that I'm with right now. Let's clarify. My agent is lovely. She's amazing. This was an old agent and I will not say their name. So what am I doing post Accutane? So honestly, what I love, and I've used it for years ever since then, and it's the only thing that actually works for my skin, is Cetaphil. People call it Cetaphil. Cetaphil? I don't know what the hell to actually call it, but that's what I use. I use the cleanser and the moisturizer, honestly. That's basically it. Like, my skin routine is nothing fancy. I use that. It's a drugstore brand. I use toner. I'm really into tea tree oil. Tea tree oil on spot treatment. Like if you have a pimple and you put tea tree oil, dries it right up. It's a natural oil. Love it. But I'll post pictures of the 4 products that I use like on the daily. And that's basically it. You know, I think drinking water is very important. I think your diet is huge. A huge thing for skin is dairy. And I didn't know that until I went to doctors and talked about my skin. But dairy is a huge thing for people who have acne prone skin. I am dairy free. And I do think that has played a huge part in my skin clearing up and staying clear. But other than that, I don't really have any other tips because I do think everyone's body and skin is completely different. This is my story. This is what has worked for me. If any of you are out there and you struggle with acne, or you are, I feel for you. Honestly, my heart goes out to anyone because I know what it's like and I know that feeling, and it's completely out of your control, and it's an awful feeling because you just want to fix it so bad, and there's literally nothing you can do sometimes. You just have to live through it. You know, you have to accept it, you have to embrace it, and that's a very hard thing to overcome. But that is my skin story. If you have your own, honestly, I would love for you to share with me in the comments. Unless it's personal, you can reach out to me on social media. Honestly, DM me if you have questions. I can try and help, or just if you want to talk about your story, I would love to hear it. That's my skin story, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. And also subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to my story about my sunburnt skin. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.